This is Underground Operations.
Tell us who you are and where you're from.
My name's Kane. I'm from the hard rock metal band Reign of the Hated from Central New Jersey.
And what city would that be?
South Amboy, New Jersey.
South Amboy. And what you got to tell us about today, man?
I want to discuss our upcoming song coming out. It's called Party for Life. It's a hard rock metal song, but it's about partying, having a good time, celebrating life. It's more punkish, like Boxcar Racer, which is the punk version of Blink-182. It's a little bit of a change for us.
Yeah. Oh, the videos I watched, you have keyboards and everything in your band, don't you?
For the keyboards, we back and track it on stage, so we have like a little bit of a break in between our songs.
Right. But do you play the keyboard or?
So we use a studio called Mercury Studios, and I asked the guy who does all the recording and the mixing, Jerry, I asked him to come up with something with the keyboard because I just seen recently that he was messing with it, and I wanted some intros for our songs, and he said, okay, I'll see what I can come up with, and he did a really good job with it.
Yeah, he did. And you have a full CD out. What's that called?
It's called Unstable. When we were writing this CD, it was about a lot of things going on in our life, from mental health issues to my mom passing away, Ophelia losing her grandfather. So everyone was kind of like mentally up and down from losing family members and friends dying from COVID. So we were going through good times, bad times, mentally really depressed lows, and we said, okay, we want to name the CD after something that relates to what's going on with us.
And you had friends die from COVID?
Yeah, some of the people that my mom and me were friends with passed away from it. My mom died from it right before me and Ophelia's eyes, actually.
Oh, wow. Man. Like, I've known only a couple of people. One was a local police officer when I was a teenager who was, he had some other conditions. Yeah, I got to know him pretty well at one time, but he had some other conditions. I don't know, because he'd already moved away since I was a teenager and stuff. And I know he passed away from it, but he had other conditions, underlying conditions as well. So
that's kind of the same as my mom. She had diabetes and heart disease.
Yeah, man. Well, sorry for your loss.
All right. We made a song for her called "There for You."
There.
It talks about people promising they'd always be there for you and then passing away and like leaving you.
Wow. That's one of them I couldn't find, I guess.
It's on YouTube and Spotify. It's just, it's not one of the mostly popular ones we have.
Well.
Like, it's good live, but when people listen to it, they usually end up listening to like Manic Psychosis, A Liar's Tale, The Letter.
Yeah, those are the ones. Like I said, I'm a YouTube music user. I don't touch Spotify too much,
Gotcha.
except for my podcast. I use started using YouTube Music because you can get anything on YouTube Music. You know?
Yeah.
It is like, cause sometimes I do acoustic bar gigs, play covers and make a little extra money. And I'm always hunting for someone's version of an acoustic song a lot of times. And then I kind of borrow it. You know?
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah. And and with YouTube Music, I can listen to it in the car or whatever. You can't get that on Spotify.
Yep.
You can't, you know, so I'm just kind of a YouTube Music listener, even though Spotify is probably the better music service. But.
It depends. Like, when I'm at work, I use Spotify a lot more. But if you're talking about for, like, royalties with streaming, I think YouTube's a lot better.
Right.
With YouTube, they pay you something like 0.5 or something per stream, where Spotify is like
0.5.
1. Yeah, it's lower than YouTube.
Yeah. Well, tell me about Liar's Tale. What's the story behind that song?
I'm trying to think of a polite way to put it for your show.
Well, you can say pretty much anything, man.
Alright. So my dad fell in love with a stripper. And
awesome.
He gave her $95,000. I'm not even joking. So my dad is like the father to me and Ophelia. And when he fell in love with the stripper, we were in the process of selling the house we were all living at. And he was like, okay, he's like, I'm going to get married to this girl. And he stopped, talking to us, stopped hanging out with us, stopped coming to concerts. And he just started spending all this time at the strip club because the girl kept supposedly promising she was going to marry him. And Ophelia got mad. She started writing the lyrics, and then I started writing lyrics towards it. And we were just like really pissed at him because he gave all the money from the house that we sold to the stripper. And like we don't let him ever live that down. Every interview, even at concerts now, I started mentioning it. And when I mention stripper, people go crazy at the shows now. It's crazy.
And come down to it, he'd probably do it all again.
Yes, he would. That's the sad part.
And I'm not knocking your dad. I'm just saying we're men and we're weak.
You're right. I do think he would do it all over again. It came out to be a good song. Like, it's got elements of Five Finger Death Punch. Vocal wise, it has a little bit of Lamb of God mixed in there with it. Like, it came out to be one of the songs we're actually proud of that we recorded. It's just the fucked up way that we had to make it.
That's a great story, man. That's perfect.
Very few people get to say, "Oh yeah, we wrote a song about our father dating a stripper and giving her $95,000."
It's awesome. It's probably not awesome for you, but it's like that's an awesome story.
Well, now I get to laugh at it. Like, people I talk to, they're like, "Yeah, but your family ended up in a little bit of problem with bills for a while," and I'm like, "Yeah, but at least we got a good story."
Yeah.
Like, I sit here, like, when it was going on, I was angry about it, but now I just sit here and laugh all the time. It's like, oh yeah, $95,000 to a stripper. I could top your stories, people.
Y'all are pretty young, aren't you?
Yeah, we're in our 20s, early 20s.
All right, I thought you was younger than that, but I thought like late teens.
No, I wish I was back in my teenage years.
Yeah. Who else is in the band?
We have Ophelia on bass. She also does vocals on our background, and she does a cover of Zombie where she does singing on it. And we have Ivan, who's also our drummer.
And she's your sister?
No, she's my girlfriend.
Okay. But, well, I am in Kentucky. Your girlfriend could be your sister. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But it gets a little bit funny, though, because everyone thinks that she's my sister who passed away, because she gets along with my father better than I do.
Oh.
Everyone makes jokes like, oh, yeah, that's like Daddy's favorite over there.
Well, tell me about the letter.
So
I liked that song a lot.
See, I liked that one too. That was the first song where I was able to shoot all the vocals from clean, talking, singing to screaming all in one shot without having to do 2 and 3 takes. That one is supposed to be a follow-up to Manic Psychosis. The first song we originally recorded was Manic Psychosis, which was about, I want to say, depression hitting a deep low mixed with bipolar. And the letter was the prequel to it. It was leading up to what happens in Manic Psychosis. We had to stop doing that song live because I don't know if you know anything about manifesting, where when you talk things up, it happens. But the first sentence is, "This sickness has taken over me," and after about a month of performing it live, I started getting really sick at every concert. Like, I'd be out there throwing up fluid and stuff after performing it.
Oh.
It was one of my favorite songs to perform, but I had to stop doing it because I kept getting sick every time.
Wow.
It's crazy. Like, we recorded it, everything was fine. We were performing it, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I just kept getting sick every time I perform it. I'd end up with bronchitis or ammonia or metanumero, whatever the hell it's called. So we said, okay, we're cutting it from the set. And since I cut it, I have not managed to get sick. It's, knock on wood.
That's crazy. Maybe I should write a song about winning $1 million and moving to Hawaii and sing it.
Shit, I'd listen to it. If it can make it happy, shit. I need more happy music to listen to.
I did have a song about my fuel pump going out in my car, and it was a true story.
I could see it being a country song.
It was a true story too, and that's what made me think I should have wrote a song about Hawaii.
Moving out to Hawaii.
See if that comes true.
I mean, I believe it could. I mean, never know. Things can change in the blink of an eye in this world.
But what all you have coming up?
So, this has been an interesting year for us. We're currently working on Rockfest. It's a Rain of the Hated festival. I know I sound kind of stuck on our band, but I wanted to do something big. So, I booked 2 venues, one in New Jersey, one in PA, and I got a bunch of people that I've been friends with through the years, and we're having like one big ass festival party, and one in New Jersey this Friday. It's gonna be at Lot 13 in Bayonne, and then Sunday we're going to the Nail in Pennsylvania, and we're gonna have like a big ass celebration party, because we're in the middle of our second CD, so we wanted to celebrate a bit. And then from there, we're gonna be going in September 10th, we're going out to Maryland to do Bike Week with Jam On Productions, where all the bikers meet up, and they have like bike shows, drag racing this time. And then from there, September 23rd, we're going out to Maryland. Delaware. We're going to be playing Oddity Bar, which I'm excited for because I've tried for a long time to be getting into Delaware, and to finally be allowed into there to, do some shows. I'm actually excited for it. And we're playing a haunted museum in October.
Oh, cool.
I found out the Cottage in Kearney, it's a haunted museum that's usually on the 21 Centuries in a weekend, where you go and check out the history of the building. They run concerts for a Halloween party. And one of my friends from back when my mom was alive was like, hey, I'm hosting the show. I want you guys to come out and play. So I said, okay, shit, we're going to a haunted-ass museum, who would say no to that? And November, we're doing a mental health benefit. It's going to be at a big theater in New Jersey. And for us, it's kind of exciting because we've never played like a giant theater with like 20, 30 people could actually sit in there. So I'm kind of excited. This has been a year that I'm actually excited for with concerts.
Yeah, I bet, man.
Let
me add real quick, when you said it's where a bunch of bikers meet up, I thought you said it's where a bunch of bikers beat off. and you're going to play for that. You're going to play for that, man. That might probably be interesting.
I'm not against it. I mean, if they want to sit there and, go back to back or in a circle with each other. I mean, shit, they could pull on it while we're playing. I don't care. Shit.
Go ahead with your story. I just wanted to say that before I forgot.
I'm trying to set up a weekend tour, or at least some kind of tour this year where I go from New Jersey, PA, Delaware, Maryland, and Connecticut. Just because I want to end the year with a big ass tour. I'm trying to get out to the West Coast. It's very hard to branch from the east to all the way to the west, like around where North Carolina, Texas, and everything is. Because that's what all I've seen is major festivals out that way.
Yeah.
I would love to branch out that area.
And I have no help I could offer you. I don't know any places out that past Las Vegas.
I mean, I play Las Vegas too. I mean, shit.
You could try the Double Down. They're a punk club.
I'm gonna have to check that place out because that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, Vegas is pretty neat. If you've never been to Vegas, you should go at least once.
I plan on hitting it multiple times. I plan on going as far as possible with this band, taking it world tours, taking it to acting, movies, video games.
Oh yeah.
It's something that I've wanted since I was a teenager, and I'm finally starting to see going to different places. And we've been on a couple podcasts where they had TV series, and they put us on their TV series now with our music and video games too. This year was actually very exciting for me because we got offered to do Daytona Bike Festival in Florida.
Oh wow.
Sadly, we didn't get to actually perform on it. We had a couple things come up that we unfortunately couldn't make it, but we're hoping for next year to be a part of Daytona.
Well, man, we're approaching that time. Got anything you want to add in before we wrap it up?
You can check our music out on Spotify, YouTube. We're on Facebook. We have our own merchandise store online at My Merch and Music.
That is all our time we have for now. Thank you for listening to Undergroundopolis. Remember, we do this every Wednesday night, bringing you new and exciting artists every week. Be sure to hit up their websites and social media and stream or download their music. If you like this show, please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, any streaming platform, and leave us a review as well. I'm your host, Rob Lyon, signing off.